Guys, what's cracker lacking? So listen, this came through before, but it just came through again. I'm hearing this is the year of the underdog. And I keep getting like, they counted you out. They counted us out. Never, ever bet against an underdog. Um, Thank you. Really like to hear that. I really do. They counted you out. Because why? It wasn't done fast enough because the things you spoke of were years ago and you're not to beware of the underdog. I don't care if you're the champion of whatever. This is what I'm getting. The champion of whatever. The underdog. I'm hearing like placing bets. Say it's fighters, right? Or whatever. The underdog could be horses and horse races. It could be whatever. Whatever the underdog is. Who want? I just got, ooh, I'm getting chills. Who wants it more? Who wants it more? Who's got that fire that burns inside, that passion, that will, and that drive? It's the underdog. Never count the underdog out. Or do. Or do. Because I just keep hearing, don't count out the underdog. And if you consider yourself an underdog, you want to speak for the people who don't have a voice. You want to speak for people and do for people that have been counted out, that have been tossed aside, that have been thrown away. We're the spokespeople. They're counting on us to help them. I cry because I'm very passionate about this and because I feel things. And I keep saying to myself, Serena, you know it takes money to do all this. And it's like, man, if I just had all this money, like, I would do this. Well, what do you expect it to fall in your lap? What does somebody do when they're not money motivated, yet you need money to do all this and you don't want to charge for healing? How does one maneuver in the world that way? Well, you get a nonprofit. I've got one. I just got to go get my paperwork. I got to get 8.5 hours away to Colorado. I think that'd be so easy. This will happen because I believe there's angel investors out there. And I believe this because I've been given that message. I believe that there's people out there that are lonely, that have a shit ton of money, and their family's horrid. And they are just waiting for people to just kick it off because they've already got their money spent. I believe there's people out there looking for someone like you and someone like me that will do good with their money, that will do something with it, that will help the world. There's people out there looking for you and looking for me to invest in. A complete stranger. Complete stranger will hand over their estate and everything in it, knowing. And I just heard that's money well spent because they can't take it with them and they want to leave an imprint on the world. Maybe they weren't so great or so nice and they weren't so helpful. and they want to do good now. They want to give back. Something happened to them and came upon their heart. Is there anybody out there? Just not if you could hear me. Is there anyone home? Come on now. Yeah. A little Pink Floyd popped in there. As Queensryche would say, is there any, wait, how does that go? Is there anybody listening? Yeah. So anyway, now I'm getting things all confused up. So that went to a different turn on what I thought it would be, but I believe in the changing of the world. I believe that people are going to begin to say, hey, I see a different world. Hey, I want to make a difference. Hey, I want to be happy. I want to feel this love, this joy, and this happiness. How can this person go through these challenges and yet still love, be loving, be trusting, be positive? I want to get to that. I've lived through some of the same things. God, how can I get there? See, we can speak all we want, but the best way to get through to someone is to just be in your being. We show them. Sirena, what are you doing? What am I doing? Do you even know? Well, we know you and we see you doing nothing, but really, you can't see past yourself. Sirena, why don't you do the things you say? Do I not? My main focus is love. Amongst all these other things I have written on my board, I have written in my books. I call my journals my books for some reason. What's inside of you? What do you want to be? Are you tired of the I'm hearing humdrum day of everyday life? It's not working. We've been doing this for so long and it's not working. Well, ta-da! Let's do something different. We can do it together, I'm telling you. Collectively. It's all about frequency and vibration. Just wait and see. Because, see, I've spoken all these things into the universe, into the ethers, into the world. It's got to take time to play out in human, okay? The underdog. Here we come. They call them in the Bible the meek, the true children of light, that regardless of what has come against them, they still shine bright. These are the light of the world. These are the ones when Yeshua says, I know you. When I was hungry, you fed me. When I was naked and I had no clothes, you clothed me. You gave me a hand in any way that you could. I had an in-depth conversation with my daughter today about homeless people. How could anyone know what it's like to be homeless? Do you know how loving and God-like in people that have nothing, that live on the streets, are more, if you want to say godly, than anyone you'll meet? And I'm thankful that people have recorded homeless people that when they have been given money, that they give it out to everyone else. That when they have found money, that they went and bought things and spent it all on other people. You can learn something from the homelessness. You can learn something. Get out there and talk to them. But how dare you sit there in your house, in your car, and you judge people that you wouldn't even give it. If somebody was dying on the street, call 911 for. Fuck you. How dare you? Jesus, I never knew you. But then again, we really can't blame you too much, because unless you've been there and experienced it, how would you ever know? Be thankful and grateful you never had to live on the street. And I think it'd probably be best for everyone in the world to lose everything and live on the fucking street. How humbling. This is why being grateful for everything you have, the blessings that we overlook all the time, yes, even myself, overlook all the time, because we take life and things for granted, and we're so miserable. I know people that have houses that are given all kinds of shit, and they are the most miserable people in the fucking world, and they're the richest people. Rich and wealthy in the sense of you have a home, you have a car, you have family. They're the most miserable people and think they have nothing. Oh, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me. What? How would they know different, though? Because they've always had everything handed to them. I knew people that are so miserable that have been living in a house that they don't even have to pay for or pay anything for, but they can't see past their own victimhood. Thank you. Being thankful. I have to remind myself, Sirena, like I did today, I have this bed. I love this bed. Thank you that I can even fucking walk, that I could sit up, that I could lift my fucking head. Yes, I've fallen into the trap of 54 years, one thing after another. You know, I'm a good person. I do this, I do that. When is it ever going to come back to me? All the time. I'm being taken care of now. I get on here and I do these things and I say that, and it's like, you know what? I'm helping. It's a job per se, quote unquote. And then other people like Jason, my daughter, Mike, and people, they help me out. That's an exchange. And Jason just showed up, so I gotta go eat now, and I love you guys. And you know what? I know for a fact all these things are gonna come to fruition because I command it, the God in me. Because I'm putting it out there and I believe it, and I'm attracting it, I'm drawing it to me. I'm not going to give too much away, but you know what? I'll tell you this. The person that decides, or the people that decides to invest in me, I will not tell you all those things till money talks. Till we're sitting down and I know for a fact that you will help, and you're just not here to steal ideas. Watch what we're going to do. And guess what? I'm not doing it for fame and fortune. I'm doing that because I have written down everyone has a home, everyone has food, and everyone has fresh water. Period. And it won't take much. I probably will. But you know what? Collectively, all of us together, it wouldn't really cost too much. If every single person just gave one fucking dollar to a cause, if 1 million people did that, that's $1 million. If 1 billion people did that, that's $1 billion. To do what? Change the fucking world. It's going to happen. I love you. I got to go. Bye. Peace.